In this video, you will learn how to create and manage public and private notes in Tracker. Notes are a great way to store information that is not available to enter in standard fields in Tracker. Some tenant users use custom fields and custom pages to enter specific data that they need to report on. However, if there isn't a need to report on each specific custom field, notes provide a way to store this type of information. Public and private notes can be created in all three objects: the organization record, the individual record, and the process record. Let's take a look at the public and private notes for the process record. To get to the notes section, let's open the process record. From the main menu, go to All Notes. To add a public note, click Add Public, type your note, mark it critical, and then save. As you can see, my public note now appears on the page. It shows who created it, when it was created, whether it's public or private, the contents of the note, and if it was marked critical. Notes that are marked critical appear at the top of the list. To add a private note, click Add Private, type your note. I will not mark it critical at this point, then save. At any point, you can edit the note or delete it. You will also notice that the notes that I created also appear under the Notes section of the Process banner, indicating if it is a public note, if it's a private note, or if it was marked critical. At this point, I'd like to show you how the individual or foreign national will see the note. I'll log off and log back in as Joe Test. I'm going to click on the process record. And here you will see that the public note that was marked critical is visible to Joe. The private note at this point is not visible to Joe. Public and private notes work the exact same way when entered in the individual record. The only thing you need to remember is that the notes will be visible in the object that they are entered. If the public and private notes are entered in the individual record, they will not be visible in the process record. Conversely, if the public and private notes are entered in the process record, they will not be visible from the individual record. To show this to you, I'll go ahead and log off, log in as myself. Then I'll go ahead and navigate to Joe's individual record. Remember, we created the notes in the process record. And as you can see, the notes section in my individual record banner is empty. And if we navigate to the All Notes section, you'll see, obviously, it's also empty, since we created all the notes at the process level. Now let's take a look at public and private notes for the organization record. I'll open the XYZ Training Company, which is Joe's company. Let's go to the notes section. I'll go ahead and do the same. I'm going to add a public critical note. Mark it critical, then save. Then I'll go ahead and create a private note. My public note will be visible to tenant users as well as organization contacts associated to the XYZ training company. And to show this, I'll go ahead and log off. Then I'll log in as my organization contact, Marcy Peterson. Then I'll navigate to the organization record. As you can see, Marcy can see the critical public note that I created. Individuals or foreign nationals will not see the public note because they do not have access to the organization record. Now let's see what happens when the organization contact creates a public and private note. While I'm logged in as Marcy, I'll go ahead and create a public note and a private note. I'm going to go to all notes. Mark it critical. So that's my public note. And then I'll create a private note. And click Save. By looking at the notes in the Notes page of the organization record, we can see who created the note and when it was created, and if it was marked public or private. The public note that Marcy created is visible to tenant users or staff members, and also visible to all organization contacts associated to the XYZ training company. However, the private note that she created is only visible to organization contacts associated to XYZ. It will not be visible to tenant users or staff members. To show this, I will log off, log back in as myself, the tenant user, open the organization record, and notice that in the Notes section of the Process banner, I can see the public record or the public note created by Marcy, as well as the public, obviously the public and private note that I created earlier. What I cannot see is the private note created by Marcy. Now let's see what other contact has access to this organization that has portal access. So Lena contact, my other test HR contact, has access. So just to prove to you that the private note created by the organization contact will be visible to all organization contacts associated to the XYZ training company, I'm going to log off, log back in as one of the other organization contacts, open the organization contact record, and as you can see, Lena contact, my other test organization contact, can see both the public note created by Marcy as well as the private note created by Marcy. Finally, you should know that notes are reportable. Public and private notes are included in some of our template reports. We also have field codes for public and private notes so you can add them to your custom reports. You now know how to add and manage notes in Tracker.